Right, hello everybody, back finally for the final part, and we're going to get this journal finished, or as near finished as I can in these 15 minutes. I've got things prepared, so hopefully it'll all work. You can see how I've done the front, so this is all glued on, as I said, using Fabri-Tac glue. I have popped this little charm here. I don't know if you remember me saying originally there was a tiny little bit of glue on this corner, so to be honest you wouldn't have seen it, but I wanted to cover it up, so I've done that. I wanted a charm on the front anyway, so I found that little heart and that works quite well. Sorry if you heard that, that's the pub up the road. That's quite a way away, but England are playing in the World Cup at the moment and they've obviously just scored again. I'll have to go down and watch the rest of it in a minute. So I've made some charms. I can't show you how to do this. These take me a long time. I've just been sat on the floor for an hour or so putting this together, and some little ones for the sides. I've already put two on here onto the paper clips that we've already got on the journal, and I'm just going to attach these two with paper clips probably around here and here, just so that they're staggered a little bit. I sometimes attach things at the top and then tie ribbon on, but not in this journal. And then in this this eyelet up here, I was thinking about using one of these Tim Holtz pins, but what I quite often do is put in a couple of ball pins. I quite like that they disappear when you tie the ribbons on, and they hang relatively flat. So the first thing I'm going to do is attach this charm, and I've used mainly pinks and ivories. I was struggling a bit really, I haven't got that many beads, so I've put a lobster claw on there, so that should fall. Oh, hang on, my clips have got tangled up together. There we go. Sorry, I'm making hard work of this, and I'm sure it's really very dull watching me fiddle with ball pins. Okay, I want them side by side is what I want, not cross through each other. Oh, there we go. So I have them side by side. And then the charm is clipped through on both of them, and that'll hang on the side there. I've taken some lengths of ribbon, about 80 centimetres long, this lace trim. It's not vintage, but it's quite pretty for the tie, so I've just doubled that over. It goes through like so. I've done a pocket. I have done a pocket on the inside of the front cover. I didn't have enough of the fabric left, unfortunately. Well, I probably would have, but I cut it crooked, so it ended up not fitting properly, and then I didn't have enough left. So I've used some of the paper, and I'll put a letter and a card in there if I decide to sell this, which I think I might. And then the only thing left to do is to put some ribbons on the top, and I've got a selection here. This pink one, it's quite bright, but it does tone. It was the wide strip that I had left from the beginning. What I did was snip about halfway down and just tore it, so I've got two bits there. I'll probably only put one on. I've got some more of the lace, which I'm going to use as my main bow, so I probably put that on first. this is perhaps the most difficult to do. Reaching forward and round the tripod like this, so I may have to abandon this. So that's there, and then I would make a big floppy bow like that. So that will sit at the top. Okay, let's just move this up very slightly so that you can see. So that will sit at the top like that, and then I will tie, probably not bows, but I'll tie various threads and ribbons, including some of this, onto the bulb pins underneath. I've also got some ivory ones here, so that although it's not a conventional tassel, it will look quite pretty with the charm. So that's my journal finished. I'll do a proper run through, as I usually do, when I decide to put these up for sale. So that will be, if you're interested, if you want to look out for that. But thank you for joining me on this little journey. I hope I've given you a few hints and tips, at least, maybe a few ideas. And if you like this, maybe I'll come back at some point with some more specific tutorials on tags, journal cards, pockets, that type of thing. Thank you very much. Bye bye.